Hello, beautiful Earth Tribe. Welcome back to my channel, Sky Above, Earth Below. This is Renee, and today I'll be doing the second mediumship reading on my channel. Many of you are here because of my first mediumship video called Messages from a Past Loved One, which I will link here as well as in the description box below. But before I jump into the reading, I wanted to send a shout out to my first 250 subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. Today's reading is an offering of gratitude from me to you. You've all helped me kickstart my channel, and I'm truly grateful for your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, your donations, and all of that jazz. So, mediumship readings are really important to me, and receiving messages from a past loved one can be tremendously healing. And I'm so happy many of you were able to find that connection in my previous reading. Several of you shared about communication you received from your loved one after they passed. These experiences are incredible and remind us that our loved ones are near. Okay, so I'm in the process of selling my house, and I have a lot of things packed up, including my candles. And so I went out this morning and foraged some things out of my yard. I brought in a maple branch, a birch branch, and some fallen leaves, as well as a little visitor here. I don't know if you can see it, but we have a ladybug. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this reading in relation to what I've foraged here. I'll get to the ladybug in a second, but I wanted to draw attention to the lichen on the tree branches. So there's a couple different types here. I can't remember what this one is called, but this little fuzzy one here is called usnea. And lichen basically serve as protection for the tree. So while some growth on trees might be parasitic, lichen is actually helpful and serve a symbiotic purpose for the trees. Usnea in particular is antimicrobial, and so it can prevent infection in the tree. Also, usnea has been used medicinally for respiratory infections, and in general, it's a protective plant. Which brings me around to the ladybug. So ladybug has been known for being omens of good luck, but farmers and gardeners might also understand a ladybug as being really protective of their crops. They serve a purpose of eating other bugs. And so what I'm getting from all of this is that the past loved ones who are coming through this reading, many of them actually passed from infections, whether that be respiratory or skin infections. It could even be parasitic type things internally, and basically, things that would have occurred coming from outside the body. So this little ladybug here, I thought it was dead when I brought it in, because it had just stayed on the leaf and didn't move, and for a long time it just stayed there, but it's moving now. So what I'm intuiting from this is that there probably was a time for some of you where your past loved one, you thought they were going to pass, and then they didn't, but then they did. And so I personally can relate to this with my father, but there could have been a moment or a situation where this occurred. And that could have been, really traumatic or just difficult to deal with. Lots of, up and down emotions, lots of hope, and then loss. Okay, so I'm getting that for some of you. The other thing I'm getting with ladybug is that ladybugs tend to come out more so in the warmer months, the springtime. And right now we are in the middle of fall. This week where I live in the Pacific Northwest, we've gotten down into freezing temperatures. So it's a little odd to me to see ladybugs. And this to me talks about untimeliness. So if there was aspects to your past loved one in their death process, I would say that for many of you, your past loved one died perhaps unexpectedly, or where you thought they might pull through, but then they didn't. Just some sort of untimeliness. Maybe this person died too young. Maybe they died in a different place than you would have expected them to go. Under different circumstances you would have expected them to go. Okay? Okay, so now on to the cards. Before I shuffle, I just wanted to send a reminder that this is a collective reading, and collective readings are not going to resonate every time. While it's possible I may receive information from a specific past loved one, in general, those who come through a collective mediumship reading are a group of souls who had things about themselves or their lives in common. Not everyone's past loved one is going to come through this particular reading. You'll know if a message is for you if it resonates. If I happen to mention a name and it's not the name of your loved one, that doesn't mean your past loved one hasn't come through. If other specifics in the reading do resonate, then your loved one's message has reached you. If there's someone specific you'd like to connect with, you can help them come through this reading or in my future readings by tapping into your heart and asking them to join you here on this channel. You can also subscribe to my channel to form a stronger energetic connection to my readings. If your loved one is meant to come through at this time, then they will. If you find this reading does not resonate, I will be offering future mediumship readings and filing them under a playlist called Mediumship Readings, which I will also place a link to in the description box. Feel free to visit that playlist at any time. All right, for those of you who may not be ready or in a place to face feelings of loss or death, please click off now. I am doing this reading from a place of love and for the purposes of healing. However, this is a sensitive topic and one that for some of you may need to wait. One more thing about mediumship readings. Not everyone's relationship with their past loved one was a positive one. If this was the case for you and your past loved one, know that in every reading I will be forthright about what I receive, but for true healing to take place, honesty is required. As always, I will deliver the messages as compassionately as possible. If you are aligned with an inner healing journey, then this reading is for you. Okay, so the stone I would normally use for this reading is pink kunzite. Again, I have my things packed up right now, but if you're interested in having a crystal that is healing and in which helps you focus on your grief process, you might consider pink kunzite. It's associated with unconditional love, healing after loss, separation, and heartbreak. All right, up next is the Meditative Shuffle and then the reading to follow. You can watch them both or navigate as you wish using the timestamps below. Again, thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello everyone, welcome to this reading for messages from your past loved one. Okay, what I'm getting from this is the people coming through this reading, the past loved ones, I'm getting a very youthful energy. And I spoke in the intro about potentially your past loved one dying in an untimely way or in a way that you wouldn't have expected. And that's coming through here in the cards because I'm getting a really youthful energy. This person was likely, possibly in their 20s, possibly younger, but I'm getting young adult, 30s, maybe even 40s. Okay? I'm really feeling this person's heart. This person had a love of life. It feels to me like they had a really bright light. And I feel like they had to learn to be strategic with their light. I feel that this person would have had a lot of wisdom despite their age. They would have been a good communicator, inquisitive, curious, very smart. If not book smart, would have been, wise. Somebody who came with inherent knowledge or wisdom. This person would have been healing in some way to you or to your family or to your friends. This person would have been well liked in the sense that they were versatile. They were able to connect with people from different walks of life. They were also able to see people and situations or things from different perspectives, and so this made them really relatable to others. I'm getting that this person was highly connected spiritually, even if they didn't know it. This person would have received a lot of downloads. These would have been partly responsible for their wisdom, for their clarity, and for their ability to discern what was right for them and what wasn't. I'm picking up on snake energy here with the Devil card and the Hanged Man. And what this is telling me is that this person may have struggled with overcoming their shadow or just being tied to something that was perhaps addictive or unhealthy in some way. I feel like they tried to understand this side of them, but I'm also not getting that it was, anything that couldn't have been overcome. I feel like this person died earlier than would have allowed them to come to certain realizations had they lived longer. I do feel like this was a person of growth. People would have liked to have been near this person. They had a glowing, youthful, perhaps a little bit mischievous, but I would characterize it more so as like free-spirited energy. I feel like this person had, difficulties processing whatever darkness or shadow they were working through. It feels like they were faced with a certain decision in their life, which had them being strategic about their trajectory. And I see what they did was they went inward. They focused on their inward growth Their third eye was open. They were connected to their ancestors. And the ancestors of this person are viewing them as the star. And that's telling me that this person came to be a guiding light for others. This person likely was really transformative to others in the sense that their influence transformed other people's lives. I'm getting that this person would have been out of reach to some degree. There's a level of etherealness to this person where people would have wanted to hold them near, hold them down, for some of them even keep them captive. But this person wasn't someone that anyone could hold. Not truly, because this person was a free spirit. This person would have been beautiful, seductive, and there would have been probably people obsessing over them. But whatever was projected onto this person in regards to who people thought they were outwardly, this person was actually deeply loving and a loyal person. It's like they saw the beauty of this person on the outside and interpreted certain shadow aspects that they saw within themselves and projected them onto this person. When in reality, this person needed to protect themselves from others who weren't seeing them accurately. This person had a really deep heart. And was extremely loyal, likely to a fault. In fact, that could have been the reason for deliberation in their life. Figuring out what was best for them, who was right for them. Figuring out how to stay balanced within themselves. Figuring out how to stay peaceful and sort of block out the chaos around them. This person was really peaceful. Also healing. But I do feel like this person was able to protect themselves well and also able to fulfill their destined role. The role of the star in relation to the ancestors is telling me that this person had an influence on the people around them, which simultaneously brightened people's worlds as well as enlightened them. This could have come in the form of bringing light to ancestral wounds, discerning karmic relationships, breaking karmic cycles. But this person would have had to have been highly powerful to maintain their light within all of that. They had to be strategic about keeping their light protected from darker and outside influences, people who may not have wanted them to shine. I'm getting that this person's life was a bit of karmic justice for others as well. Okay, so what I'm getting as far as who this person was, their relationship to you, the viewer, is I'm feeling like this was someone within your cohort, whether in your family or friends, that was similar in age to you, or someone who would have felt similar in age or maturity while you knew them, or at least during part of their life while you knew them, because I'm feeling like this person elevated. This person would have enjoyed the outdoors. They would have loved the ocean, the mountains. They also would have loved the nighttime, the moon. This person likely had communication with their ancestors. They would have likely felt close to Mother Earth, having communication with animals, particularly birds. Some may have had an affinity to snakes even. And with snake energy, it's not always as people might think. Snake energy is about growth and evolution, also about outgrowing one's skin. And in that way could be interpreted as outgrowing an environment, leaving the past in the past. Metamorphosis, transformation into a new self. In the intro, I spoke about the past loved one's death being perhaps untimely. And because I'm getting youthful energy, I do feel like that is the case for many of you. I talked about there being a sense of protection, perhaps against outside invaders, and by that I mean sickness. So if that wasn't the case for you, I am also getting that your past loved one may have died in other untimely ways, such as self-inflicted harm, some sort of risk-taking. So that could be anything like, rock climbing or skydiving, some sort of risky behavior, I would say. Some may have fallen from a cliff or fallen in general. And for a small number of you, this person may have been murdered. And finally, what I'm seeing here is that this person may have also OD'd. Okay, so as I've said in the previous reading, that the only reason I bring through how someone may have died is so that you will understand who your past loved one is that's coming through. All right. So what is their healing message for you? Why are they coming through today? This person really feels that you brought balance to their life. I'm just getting like this person really felt in limbo. And there was a sense of you pointing out some kind of balance for them. I feel like they could rest around you, like there was an energy of ease around you specifically. Like maybe they didn't have this with others, but they had it with you. I feel like you would have known, and they're recognizing that you would have been aware of their need to be strategic, to protect themselves, to protect their light. So I feel like you knew this person on a more intimate level, knowing their inner truths a little bit more than someone else may have known. And they're coming through to recognize that, to honor that, to say thank you for that. They're also recognizing the light within you. And I don't know if you've ever looked into someone's eyes and just felt that soul level connection. I really feel like that is what's coming through. That's a message for you, that this person felt a soul level connection with you. This person felt that they could be carefree with you. They could be themselves with you. I feel like you knew them in a way that other people didn't. You didn't project your traumas onto them. You were able to be yourself around them, and they were able to be themselves around you. I feel like you likely had a lot of conversations, perhaps playful banter. You would have enjoyed throwing ideas around with this person or just simply talking about anything. I feel like anything was on the table for you. For some of you, I feel like you or this person may have had a secret crush on each other. Okay, and for others of you, if that wasn't the case, this person and you would have had some kind of deep love for each other that might have been unexpressed, or just known, or just felt. Just understood. Okay, and last, I wanted to show you the back of the deck energy, the Lover's card. So I'm taking this two ways. The first way I would like to talk about it is that earlier I spoke about there being some kind of a decision that needed to be made in this person's life, here with the Two of Swords in reverse. They may or may not have been able to come to that decision. And with the Lover's card, which is also known as the Choice card, this may have been an issue that impacted their life, possibly impacted their death. Whatever that decision was, I feel like you may or may not have known about it, but because you were a little bit more intimately involved or in the know about this person, I do feel like you may have known what they were wrestling with. Okay, for others of you, the Lover's card would have been literally that you were lovers, that you had a relationship with each other, or that you were heading in that direction. Like I said, I feel like this person passed too early. Perhaps that love or that furthering of the relationship didn't get as far as you wanted with the Lovers on the back of the deck. But I feel like that's where it would have gone. And for some of you, that's where it did go. Okay, the other energy is the Fool. So we've got it coming through twice here. So this person was really, really lighthearted, free-spirited, willing to let life flow. I feel like this person, despite their untimely passing, was likely very lucky. They had an inner glow that just really a powerful manifester. Someone who brought light to others. Okay, lastly I wanted to touch on, so we have some sacred geometry in this card. For those of you who meditate or have other kinds of connection, you may have noticed sacred geometry in your meditations. I do feel like, or if you're noticing it just around in your 3D life, you may be noticing that this would be a sign from them. Also, I feel like for some of you, those of you who astral travel or have out-of-body experiences, who do dream work, I feel like this person has been trying to connect with you in that way. So you may have experienced dreams. Some of you may have seen visions of this person in your mind's eye. Whether asleep or not. I feel like this person is recognizing a telepathic connection between you two. So if you're not seeing visions in your dreams, in your meditations, or even in your waking life, you may have thoughts that come through out of the blue, or you may hear their voice in your mind. Whether or not you were related by blood, this person is recognizing you as part of their soul family. Okay, so my beautiful Earth tribe, that is what I have for you. Although this is a general reading, I do hope you found a message within, as well as healing and connection to your past loved one. If this resonated, I would love to know in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to support my work, and hit the bell for all notifications if you'd like to stay connected to my future readings. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, my information is in the description box below, as well as links to donate and to the decks I used in this reading. May you have a beautiful day from wherever in the world you're watching. I'm sending you all grounding energy and love. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at my next reading.